Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a. Hope you had a great week. So, today I would like to talk about something that everybody goes through. We all experience. I would like to talk about fear, worry, and anxiety. Everybody goes through it. Even our pets can go through it. But that's something that everybody in the world, around the world, goes through or would experience. Most of the time, fear and anxiety, most of the time, worry and anxiety can turn into fear. And we try not to we don't want to be in fear or live in fear. So, there's some things that we can do to live in fear. So, everybody goes through fear, everybody goes through anxiety and worry. We all worry. Sometimes what we fear is probably something that we shouldn't fear, or we just think that after all, if we try that thing, that there was nothing to fear. It's all in our mindset, and it's all in what we think about. Our thoughts can be really, I would like to say our thoughts can not kill us, but our thoughts can keep us in our head for plenty of reasons. And I think sometimes they say fear is an illusion, which it is, I believe. But there's times that we don't think it's an illusion and we're scared, or we want to stay in a comfort zone, which is very, because I've gone through that too. Like, you want to stay in a comfort zone because you don't want to, you're scared of maybe the money getting out of your life, or you won't get enough money, or, you're just scared of things that could happen instead of being in the present of what is. And the positive stuff that can happen instead of the worst case scenarios. Now, if we quit one job, we're obviously not going to have enough. We're obviously not going to make sure we have something lined up. But sometimes a door has to close for another to open. So, like, say if you have to leave a job, sometimes we might have to just close that door, and then another opportunity will arise right after. And I guess sometimes us not knowing can bring us in a fear mode, which is true. So, like, trying to close a chapter too, like a whole new beginning. But I understand where all that comes from. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, the money, or oh my God, like, what happens if this and that. But there's always ways of getting back to basics. There's always ways of doing things. There's always ways of income, especially nowadays. Yes, and believe me, I go through it too. Like, I'm worried, like, oh my God, like, it's the same thing. So, but we do have to take a chance. And it's just, I understand sometimes you have to take a chance, and it's just that mindset where, like, what's going to happen or go on, So here are things here are things we can do if fear or anxiety and worry starts to set in. So one, we have to stop and think of what we are fearing. Is it just, is it something to really fear, or is it just something we're fearing in the moment, or if something that we are fearing because we're thinking, because a lot of times we do overthink. So what helps me is it's mostly worry. I really don't have anxiety. It's mostly worry. Sometimes you worry. So what helps me is what we can do, what will help me, is writing things down. Sometimes if we write stuff down, what we are feeling and fearing and at that time, it can help us to think over and analyze, okay, is this what I'm fearing, or is it something that I'm fearing because I'm scared? Or we can write this stuff down, so if we think about it in our brain, it's on paper. And most of the time, what helps me is if I write it down, it's not in my head anymore. It's on paper and it goes there. Second thing you can do, what helps me too, is go for walks. Walking in nature, being in nature, calm, just calm, being in nature, taking in the air, taking in the trees, taking everything in. Just be around birds, be around everything. Sometimes the nature helps because it grounds you. It helps to ground and it helps to balance. Always. It's important. Ground and balance is very important, and that helps. So, one of the things that help. Third thing that will help is listen to calm music. Now, I like rock music. I like all that stuff too. Sometimes I'll listen to music to dance, to move my stagnant energy sometimes. So that helps. But we can upbeat music, but I like to listen, but sometimes calm music will help. You're sitting there, calm music will help you very much so. And it just helps, just to soothe, just to relieve your mind of any worry or anxiety or fear that you might have. So that's one of the things you can do. You can face your fears too. So for an example, say if you're scared of heights, let's say. This is just an example. Say if you're just a fear of heights, what you can do is, I don't know if this might not be a good example, but for me, if I wanted to get fear of heights, I would probably, this probably seems a little crazy, but I would definitely maybe try to like jump out of an airplane, like maybe go skydiving or something with an instructor. That might help you get over your fear. Because a parachute will deploy, so as long as you have a parachute on you and an instructor and you can jump out of an airplane, that might be one of the things to get over. That's for me. Not everybody would do that to get over their fear of heights or anything, but that's something that I would do in my personal, just to get over the fear. Or if you have a fear of spiders, you might want to see if a spider's around, you can get close, like just just baby steps to get over that fear. Just an example, just to get over that fear. Also, if you feel like you have anxiety or fear or worry, what you can do, stop and take 5 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale, and just keep going. You can do 5, as many as you think. The most I do is 10, but 5 is probably the most for just sit, relax, take 5 deep breaths, inhale, exhale, and calm. That's one of the things. Also, if you have that, try to avoid alcohol. Try to avoid smoking. Try to avoid anything that will get you going, that will stimulate and get you going. Alcohol only suppresses that stuff. Alcohol and smoking too, everything just suppresses it for the moment. It doesn't get rid of your fears or your anxiety or your worries. The only thing that will get rid of fear is if you face them, and then your fears and your worries are gone. Not and then they would go away. But most of the time, I think it's important to face them. We all go through all those things. So, we all go through them. So, it's important for our mental health to take some time for ourselves, to also rest and rejuvenate too, because I'm currently going through a rest period where I need to rest as well. And just to, so I can revive myself and be good for the next day, for the next time, or, because if I'm not in no good state of mind, I won't be able to help anyone else. So, all right, now, okay, we can also, now if you need help, you can also challenge that thought as well. Say, is this a fact or is this a feeling? Am I just feeling this or is it a fact? So we can challenge ourselves to a lot of things. And we can also say, what is the worst case scenario? What's the likely thing to happen? Also, if you're fearing, take steps after we're done thinking about why we're fearing. We're going to take steps to get over that fear as well. Just like I said to you before, take little baby steps to get over that fear or to get over anything that we're scared of. Things that help me are, again, listening to music, calm music, being out in nature, ground and balance yourself. Write things down, that helps, because sometimes we overthink things and we might need to write them down so we can read over and observe why we're probably scared of them or why we have these fears of it. It can help. A lot of things do help. And a comfort zone too. Sometimes people don't want to get out of their comfort zone. Sometimes, and we have to. Once we get over that fear, then everything. Then once we get over the fear, then we're like, well, why do we fear it, or why are we so worried about it? We laugh and we think it's silly after a while. Like, haha, like, why did I get over, like, why was I scared of doing that the whole time? Or why, we laugh after a while. Or, once we get over that fear, like, ha ha ha. Or once we get over our comfort zone, we're like, huh, thank God. And sometimes you're happy that you do get over your comfort zone, because sometimes we do stay stagnant a lot, and you don't want that. But it just takes steps and time for us to get out of that. It's not like it's up to the person too. It's not like we're never going to get out of our comfort zone. It's just up to the person, and the steps. And if we start taking the steps to get out of that and to help ourselves, then we would get over it, over the fear. Because I believe that anxiety and worry causes fear, or fear can also cause anxiety and worry. So, everybody, that is the video. I hope this helps. Everybody. I wanted to share some stuff with you, because I've been through some things, and it does cause, sometimes you get fear, especially being in a comfort zone. Just wanted to share it to help other people. Please like the video, share, and subscribe, and comment. so it can go out there and I could help other people get over their fear too. And because if I talk about mine, if I talk about, then maybe other people will be influenced by it and maybe talk about theirs and get over theirs. So hope everybody has a great day, great night, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.